I have lots of insider information.
Find your balance with a special excerpt from the Avatar Brave the Elements podcast.
Featuring our guest,
Giancarlo Volpe.
Yeah, I just rewatched the episode and stuff was coming back in my memory. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember we tried it this way, but then we had to go a different way. So I have lots of insider information.
Can't wait to get to it.
Dante, you want to take us through kind of where we were last season so we can move into what happens in this episode?
Let's do it. So we left our heroes last season and things were looking mighty cliffhangery.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the Crossroads of Destiny? Well, you see, you might recall that Zuko's sister.
This happens
Azula,
a lot.
Yes, double crosses Longfeng and takes over the Dai Li to serve her own agenda. And once Team Avatar realizes what's happening, they do everything they can to stop her.
And it's not enough.
And it's not enough by any means.
So then at the same time, Zuko, much to his uncle's horror, decides he's going to attack Aang. But it's not Zuko who does ultimate damage to Aang. It's Azula who kills Aang, who's in the Avatar state, by the way, when this happens.
Yeah.
So Iroh intervenes just in time for Team Avatar to make their escape. And it's Katara finally uses her spirit water to bring Aang back. But unfortunately, Ba Sing Se, as a result, falls to the Fire Nation.
Yeah.
Yes. So just on a quick recap of the recap. So it's, because it looks like they both were hitting, Azula and Zuko were both blasting the back of Aang. But we know for sure it was probably the blue lightning, right? Because it's hard for Zuko to come back if he's also hits. I mean, it doesn't really, you just kind of see they look at each other and like, bam. And then we assume it's the lightning.
I always assumed it was pure Azula.
Yeah,
okay. I think
that's canon.
But it's interesting you bring that up because now I kind of want to rewatch it and be like, is there a take where like there was a Zuko assist in there or something?
It was
that
like it's very vague. It's kind of vague. They like kind of look like let's get them.
I think you know what it is too is again there's that this is at the end of the day it's a kid's show. And so Nickelodeon censors were always a little extra careful about stuff like shooting someone in the back. Now it's magic, which is, I think, gives you a little bit more leeway to like, but I remember, Zula does that charge up that, she kind of winds up her.
Yes.
Goes 1, 2, and then he's turning into the Avatar state, which is a big deal, right? Because it was sort of blocked all season long.
Yeah.
And then boom, like he kind of feels pain, and
they kill him.
I think he falls away, and then you see Azula standing.
She has the smoking gun. I guess she has a smoking gun.
She has the smoking gun.
That was
Good
meant
call.
to say, oh no, Azula shocked him. But
because also I don't think Zuko has it in him.
It's hard to come back to be friends later on if you shoot someone in the back.
It's hard. But I feel like Aang could find it in his benevolent heart to do that if he sensed that Zuko truly wanted to make amends, and he seemed to do. Zuko came around.
It's heartbreaking that Zuko just stays there and does all this stuff with the fire. Like he was you guys set him up early in the episode so nice of that last episode of like he's having the greatest day with Uncle. He's turned a leaf. I'm like a brand new guy, and then all of a sudden I'm rolling with it just hit us hard with the disappointing Zuko. He disappoints so much.
I love that they made you think he was going to join the good guys at the end of season 2. It made it hurt that much more.
It was too good. He was being too happy. You never see him that happy. It's no way.
Didn't Sokka have a line too that was like, "This is the best day ever. Nothing could go wrong."
Everything is gonna work out perfectly from now on and forever.
He also had some sort of line like that, I remember.
Sokka, don't say it. Don't say it. You're better at saying the thing that's the worst that's happening. He's really good at just being like, well, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. Don't jinx everyone by saying everything. What could possibly go wrong? That's never a good idea.
He's like that one family member who like, they say something like, oh man, now everything's going to fall apart because you're the jinx in the family.
Exactly. So we know a lot happens in this episode. We have this sort of we're with Aang in his confusion as he's waking up with hair. We'll talk more about that. We have this, the whole team on a Fire Nation ship. We find out that everyone thinks that the Avatar is not alive anymore. We have this reunion that's been 3 years in the making with Zuko and Ozai. And we have Aang being forced to sort of keep his existence a secret. Aaron Ehasz wrote this episode. We all know that our very special guest, Giancarlo, directed this episode. And so we've already kind of talked about what it was like, just the sort of general experience of working on the show. Do you remember anything about this episode, kind of going in, doing the prep for it? Anything that stood out, like anything that that you want to give us a little inside scoop on? And again, we've discussed it's been 20 years, so no worries.
And do you remember getting like, we're going to start hot, you guys, book 3. We're going to start with Giancarlo Volpe. Bring Giancarlo in here. Let's start it off hot.
You know, it's weird you bring that up. Like, I realize I was assistant director on the very first episode, the first 2 episodes of Avatar, Boy in the Iceberg, and then I forget what the name of the second one is.
Water Tribe or something.
Water Tribe something. Then I directed the first episode of season 2, and I directed the first episode of season 3. So somehow I'm set the table guy.
You are set the table guy. That's huge.
But
first up to bat is good. First up to bat's the leadoff hitter. That's a leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
You know what? I accept this. I'm that guy when you go to a party and there's all the food and you're nervous to fix a plate because is it rude? Is it time yet? I'm the guy who's like, I'm breaking the seal. I want everyone. I'm hungry, and like it's okay. So maybe that's why they picked me to launch off season 3.
I love that analogy so much. I can't even tell you. I love it. You're like the one that's like, we sang the song, let's cut the birthday cake. What are we doing? What are we even doing?
So hungry. Is that egg custard in that tart?
But I remember I was very tickled by the idea that Aang wakes up on a Fire Nation ship with hair, because it implies that some time has passed. Like, there's a different version of the story where it's moments after Katara has kind of whisked Aang to safety, and now they're, I guess, whatever, picking up the pieces. But we actually imply some time passage, and then learn about what happens through 2 recaps. There's the Sokka recap, which is very fun and conversational, but then there's the Lo and Lee one that's creepy as hell.
Yes.
And the Avatar fell, and the Earth Kingdom fell.
I mean,
which is powerful, is very powerful. When
her hype ladies are very good at their jobs.
They're very wrinkly, but they're very strong. Big message.
I wonder what their story is like.
It's a spin-off episode for sure. Maybe a spin-off series of them young, and see what they were doing in a young stage.
Young Lo and Lee. Also, we're jumping way ahead, but like when Zuko takes over as Fire Lord, I feel like Lo and Lee are loyalists. There's Ozai loyalists.
Yes.
Like they're a thorn in his side.
I don't trust those old women for nothing. Believe you me, I don't trust those old ladies for nothing. But yes, Giancarlo is the leadoff hitter here, season 1 and season 2 and season 3, the first director. But also we can't forget the director of The Great Divide. I mean, the all-time great director.
Let's never forget
of The Great Divide.
They're like, who do we need to kick off? Yeah, who do we need to kick off season 3? The Great Divide guy. That's
there it is, guys. The Great Divide. Wow. I could just stare at it forever.
Okay, I've seen enough.
It's become one of my favorite episodes.
I love that episode.
For the record, you guys, everyone out there, it's become one of my favorite episodes for so many reasons. I'll fight you. Let's go.
No, I feel the same, and I'm always on board for a creepy creature that you learn to understand in a different way, because I feel like it's such a good message to kids and adults everywhere who are afraid of things that aren't trying to get them, or you know what I mean, like just that sort of idea of like, we can live in peace and harmony with spiders, or like, those coyotes aren't coming for you. Well, yeah,
there's all kinds of positive messaging in that.
That's right.
Also, the spiders were hungry.
Hey.
They were
It all comes
just
back to food.
hungry. We all know what it feels like to be hungry. Bend your ear for ad-free episodes with Avatar Braving the Elements Premium.
Subscribe today on Apple Podcasts.